All right. So when does it start? Ready?
Since we have started, wow. Okay, seriously, Zero, you need to have a better countdown because this is awful. And you guys, welcome to His Time Podcast, the second episode. Match for the Transient people. Have our recap. Oh, wait. Guys, do something.
It's all right. Okay, so our today's special guest will be Irish.
Yeah.
Welcome, Irish. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, man.
So today we're going to talk about several topics, including how to handle the basics of the fighting games and how to practice to get better self. But let's first of all start off with a recap of our recent events.
So it happened a lot of stuff these days. I mean, it passed like 1 week, so there was quite a lot. From a new game being released, Oh yeah, announced. That's kind of different.
Hold your horses there.
I mean, did you see that? Did you see that 10 Cherno? I mean, oof, that's some hot stuff.
10 Chirno is the newest, hottest fucking meme right now. For better or worse.
Cappuccino.
Cappuccino.
Yeah,
Cappuccino.
that's the name for it.
It's actually a great name.
I mean,
yeah.
Zun is the only guy mad enough to give a 10 to an ice cube.
The absolute madman. Turning the winter fairy into the summer fairy.
We cannot, of course, forget about some more info about the newest Toho game, the fighting game that is, Toho 15.5, and excuse me if I mutilate this name, Antinomy of Common Flowers. Thank you, Zun.
Antinomy of common flowers.
It's unpronounceable. Come on.
Toho 15.5.
What do you actually expect from that game?
I saw the first screenshot of it. I was very disappointed, just from the one screenshot.
Wait, what?
How come?
So if you look at the screenshot, there's actually a bunch of things that you can notice about it, like right off the bat. One is like the spell cards that all the characters are using. They're basically exactly the same as the ULO spell cards. So that means they have like the same crappy like spell card system that they had in ULO. That's not a whole lot of fun. They also didn't remove like the fact that you can jump down because you can tell by the characters' positions on the screens. I don't think they really changed much about the game besides adding assists. Like the timer's still there. It's okay.
So it's basically a little bit more skills.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I'm sure they didn't add? Functional net play.
No, without a doubt. In fact, they probably broke it more.
I mean, does this mean that there is no way that we are going to actually play this game and someone is going to, stay alive?
I mean,
I personally don't have any interest in it. How about you guys?
It'll be just like Hopeless Masquerade and Urban Legend and Limbo. We'll probably play it for a week or two, and then after that, it'll be back to Soku.
I'll probably play it for months until I realize I really hate the game, like I did with YOLO.
It'll be like that newborn Toho game hype. You'll have it, but you're not going to play it.
You're not going to like it.
It really depends on the cast, Maybe.
You guys know the deal with the cast, right?
In what sense?
Like,
yeah, Hina's back.
Yeah.
Hina?
Wait,
Oh, I'm sorry,
for real?
Mima.
no!
Okay.
The memes!
Mima has been back for how many fucking games now? 10?
I'm so glad she's back.
It's been over 10 titles after all, so it was about time.
Mima's been in since Embodiment of the Scarlet Devil. Where have you guys been at?
I've been missing out then.
No, but like for real, the thing about it is, so what they're doing is they're doing all the 15 characters from YOLO plus Racing, and then they're adding 5 more characters, I believe. So that's a pretty, that's a big space for like a lot of interesting new characters.
5? Wow.
Yeah, it should be 5.
They will be all from Lol K.
I'm kinda guessing / hoping that they'll add Yuka since, it's about fucking flowers, dude.
There is no way.
It's actually a good connection.
But if they don't add, I would like to remind everyone that Soku 2 will be getting Yuka. So
Oh,
just chilling a bit.
We're already teasing new stuff. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking spoiled it all over the place. So
I mean, that happened. Yeah.
Normac is still waiting for his Parsi.
I
Get
too
it
am
someday.
waiting for.
He's not
Parsi.
gonna get it.
he
I
can
mean-
keep hoping.
I mean, I think the important thing that we really have to ask about the new characters is like, is there gonna be a new Who, and what kind of hat will she have?
Oh.
I mean that it is the important question.
It really is. I mean, like, we got Sumi Reko last time, and like, she's just another like fedora tipping witch, and that was pretty good.
The nerd butt.
I like that summary of her.
Okay, so yeah, moving on. I heard something about the tourney happening yesterday. A different tourney.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was,
What can you tell me about that one?
that was the Norbomb tourney. It was made by Normac and the bomb out of the fact that Rising Star 7 was cancelled. And
Just out of nowhere.
out of nowhere, and so I was really unprepared for it. So in a couple of hours, I had to prepare a layout for the stream. So we ended up having kind of a butchered, I don't know, scrub tourney.
It wasn't butchered. I think you guys did it pretty well. It was a tourney by scrubs for scrubs.
Yeah, it was pretty well done. I mean, you had the same layout, and for the most part, people didn't seem to care about, some of the problems. I mean, it was made on the spot, basically. There was no...
Let's be realistic here. It was made by Normac and the bomb with a less than 24-hour notice, and they didn't like shitpost the entire tournament to death. Like, that's a success.
Yeah, I'll be frank, I really wasn't prepared. That was my first time streaming a tourney, so it was kind of hard to keep up with the actual matches that were going on, the ones that I was supposed to watch, and keeping up with the wins actually, because half the time I wasn't like watching the actual game. I was watching chat and making sure everything wasn't breaking. It was kind of hectic, but I still got to see quite a bit of it.
So I've seen that Joseph Paul won that tourney yesterday. I wasn't able to watch the grand finals. So how did it actually go? Like, was it one-sided or was it pretty balanced?
Yeah, tell us, Genki.
Wait, are we talking about...
Commentated.
Yeah.
Yesterday's tourney, yeah.
I was kinda sleeping.
Oh yeah,
Kinda.
he was very tired.
I mean, I was sleeping, not only sleeping. I mean, it was the final game was, I think,
Yosu
Yosupol.
versus Splinter. I have it here.
So you're telling me that my boy Yosupal did all that work to win and Genki just slept through it?
I mean, I actually have a real sleeping cycle now, so there is that. I got screwed over by being a normie. It happens,
You should get out, read.
I mean, it was a pretty good final. Outside of that, Yosupal is a pretty good player, and I think it not only did well, but if it was a normal Rising Star, it would have won anyway. I'm pretty sure. I mean, kinda sad that Splinter can't reach victory again, but
He's
I guess-
pretty much your Friday counterpart.
that would be true if I was still playing Suku, but I'm on my eternal break, so
Yo,
what is that?
Yo, what the
You will
fuck?
come
We have
back
22
eventually.
people watching.
Remember, 5 of those are us.
Yeah.
It's still good. It's still good. So yeah, I think it was okay. For a tourney made on the spot, it was pretty good. Which reminds me that the next Friday there is going to be another tourney unless Seniats doesn't appear, which will be made by me. Well, not made,
It'll
more
be-
like
The Genki tourney.
Rest in pieces.
there is still no name, and it will be kind of different from Rising Star because it's going to have no ban, so it's going to be a mixed tourney for mid and low level players, and the winners of Rising Star can come back. It's going to be interesting, I'm sure.
are you doing like unbans or?
Yeah, basically winners of the President's Rising Stars can join unless they are now too strong. But I don't think most should be really that good, so it should be fine.
So like, who would be banned?
Mm,
Will you let
Oh,
let
man.
Sigets in?
no, wait.
Ban
No.
match.
No Seagulls? I think maybe the bomb is quite strong, but still, it really depends. Because if you, like, the moment you get unbanned the bomb, for example, then you can get back in some of the players.
If you,
It all depends.
if you unban the bomb, you have to let me play because he beats me like half the time.
Damn, that, and I can, like, put you in the game, Irish. Confirm me.
No, I don't want to be that kind of person.
Oh, too bad. We're being good.
It will be experimental, and we will see how the balance will go, probably.
Yeah,
In any case.
it's actually a test run of sorts. It's not. I mean, seeing it's just kind of disappear out of nowhere. So someone has to make the, low-level tourneys.
Texture asking to be put in the tournament because the bomb perfects him.
Well, why not?
I still have to, check the entry level of the tourney. So maybe.
Yeah.
Everyone has to fight Genki personally and get appraised by him.
I
I
don't
suggest
think
that
that's.
idea.
Force
So he
Gang
still starts playing.
I'm so rusty right now. I can do 2A into 623C. So yeah, no.
I never could do that, so what?
Yeah, but I am a young player. It's different. I should be able to do that. It's like an unwritten rule.
Alright, right, moving on. Sad news, Aristobot has died, and possibly so has Aristo, unless he's fighting somewhere in Syria. So that's sad news.
The whole
Zatan's
liberal
been
vanquisher.
celebrating. Zatan's been celebrating the death of Aristobot for the
Yes,
last week.
there's no more fun. There is no more fun. This is perfect, I love it.
The memes, though, Zayton. The memes.
Exactly, the me.
Don't worry, as Spike put in the announcement, he will try to make to replace the comments with Parvati.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, if any of you haven't voted in the poll yet, I just slapped the link over into the Twitch chat.
Yeah, you
Make
should
sure
probably
to give your vote.
you should probably vote because IRC log relaying is in like second place right now, and I don't even understand why.
This is some higher level of shitposting.
Yeah, like somebody like just I don't fucking understand.
Maybe it's people who have host list disabled for whatever reason, and they just want to see the IPs, that are relayed to IRC relayed back to Discord.
You mean some men just want to watch the world burn?
Yes, that would be me.
I mean, regrettably though, Spike said he would even though he would take the poll into consideration, he'd still basically decide entirely by himself what he would actually decide to re-implement. So we might actually not even get memes.
That would be a huge disappointment to everyone, but Satan, of course.
So outside of that, not only this next Friday there will be a tourney hosted by me, but we would like to remind you that Corner Assault is coming back.
Yes, on the 20th of May.
Wow,
Okay, what the
that's-
hell is
Yeah.
Corner Assault even? Can you sum it up for me? Because for me it just sounds like a normal Saturday tourney.
Really?
Well,
Yeah,
first of all, it's not the zero time. It's actually, Europe-friendly hours.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. It sounds preposterous since, with this being Tessiro, but it is a thing. But yeah, Corner Assault, for those of you who weren't with us for such a long time, Corner Assault has been a really long-running series of big tourneys. We usually only have a few of those per year, and yeah, it's pretty hype. Maybe possibly Tessiro will slap in some rewards. I don't know if he announced anything or not.
I
did-
think
I
he
did-
already announced the fact that it's going to be corner assault, but outside of that, I don't think he did anything else.
Yeah, there might be rewards, but there also might not be rewards. So
I'm
yeah,
pretty sure Tassiro said there would be rewards and that it would be announced later what they are.
yeah. One Rabbi will say yes, another Rabbi will say no.
Oy vey.
Oy vey.
It'll be Coma coins, and then
How
maybe
many
your own
times
You can
does corner
choose.
assault help?
I mean, at the very worst case scenario, you'll get Soku points, and I mean, those are valuable.
Well, yeah, for just 20,000 Soku points, Tassiro will get you a brand new TV. So it is worth fighting for them.
I still have 0 points. Wow, that's all.
Get working on that TV then.
I should just play video games. But yeah, it's probably going to be quite the tourney because now the community is even bigger. So I expect at least a minimum of 40 people playing. A minimum.
Biggest it's ever been.
I'm sorry, how long has Corner Assault been running?
Uh,
I kind of think it's been running since Soku came out.
5. No, wait, that's much. Isn't a
Um,
bit less?
Maybe a bit less, but like we used to have people like Magister playing Corner Assault.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Corner Assault is pretty ancient. I mean,
Like
Damn.
It's been running like it's an ancient evil that is now finally reawoken.
So that's probably gonna be the first one I'm gonna witness, since the last one is probably longer ago than I was playing Sudoku.
Yeah, it should be like 5 years, maybe 6, something like that.
Wow.
the first Corner Assault was created in 2014 on the
Oh.
1st of December.
Really?
That's actually not that long.
Yeah.
Then
well,
it was
2014 was 3 years ago.
Wait,
But-
are you sure that doesn't sound right? Because I remember Corner Assault 7 was like in mid 2014.
yeah, that doesn't sound right.
So
I mean,
Tom,
I'm-
get
I'm-
out.
I mean, I'm just using the Tashiro's
Okay, no.
Let me check this
challenge
out.
page.
Let me
Here's the
check.
goddamn link right in chat.
Oh, it was in January. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, wow, what?
I guess they had them a lot more often back in the day.
Wow, the first Corner Assault had 57 players? What?
Yep.
Holy crap.
Even I played.
Wow.
Gotta step up our Soku game. We gotta shill more, guys.
Yeah,
What?
we're gonna take this to Reddit. We're gonna take it to like Soku Lobby and all the worst places in the world.
I'll take them to my local convention. I'll tell them to come play Soku.
I'll
Yeah,
stand-
absolutely.
I'll stand
Mm.
outside of my student union wearing a Cassin cosplay and handing out flyers for Corner Assault.
Maybe I should post on FGG and V.
Not V,
That
not V.
sounds
Not V.
like a horrible idea.
Okay, not V, right, my bad.
I can't believe V is fucking dead.
It has
You
been,
would need
it
to
has
make
been
it
dead.
Outer Discord.
It has been dead for like years. It's not strange, so.
Alright, so I guess we should move on to our topics.
Yes, enough
Yeah.
circle jerking.
Yes.
Wait, what about Irish?
What about Irish?
What about Irish? I mean, here is our guest. We didn't, show him around and such.
Yeah, introduce me.
Oh, man.
Welcome to the
Shit.
Leather Club.
Irish, how long have you been playing Soku for?
I have been playing since about mid 2014. I think I started playing Soku around like April of 2014. I started playing on the V threads on 4chan. And like I guess as far as like absolute time goes, I've been playing for only about 2 years because I took like a year-long break in the middle because I played Ulil for a while and then I hated Ulil, so I just quit fighting games. It was that bad. Now I'm back.
Reasonable.
Now you're back, but why? That's the question. Why are you even here?
He was looking for a new place to shitpost in, that's why.
And then he found his soulmate, the Normac.
Yeah. Like, you guys think I'm joking. Like, you guys think you're joking, but that's actually not even a joke because, like, around December of this year, I just spent, like, hours every day shitposting on the shitposting channel, and then I realized, like, maybe I should play Soku again. And then I started playing Soku again.
I remember that actually. I was there. It was awful.
So you know,
Noble motivation.
if Zaton ever asks a question like, why do I let these shit posters exist? It's because some of them actually end up playing Soku. It's a valuable part of our community.
Is that
necessary
a secret why
evil.
Satan doesn't ban everyone?
Yeah, shitposting is actually a gateway into Soku. Soku is much worse.
Gateway drug.
Yeah.
I mean, can say it's wrong, so.
So that's
So,
me.
As a fellow shitposter, I should be shitposting more in order to motivate the other shitposters into
No,
playing
no,
Soku.
no, no, no.
Become
this.
normal.
Cease.
Disease. Oh
please,
god.
please
Did you,
begin.
I'm sorry. Did you always play Yuko though, or did you
Yeah.
you know other characters?
No, literally since day one, I was always playing Yu Yuko. Like, I remember, like, starting off on V, like, there were points where, like, I literally wouldn't know how to combo. I would just mash, like, 6-6C and, like, J6A, and that was literally 100% of my damage, and that was day one for me.
Well, that's like any other Yuyuko I know, so you
Yeah,
pretty much did everything right from the get-go.
as you can see, absolutely nothing has changed.
I think you even beat a lot of people in there.
Eventually?
No, I think in general.
I don't know, like, I remember we had, like, that one V tourney that went really awful, and I didn't even reach top 8 in that. Like, it was, I never got that good until recently, but then I'm still not that good, so I wouldn't even say that.
Don't remind me, oh god.
Do you teach Yuko, or do you just try to play it casually?
Do I teach?
Yeah. Do you try to teach your fellow Yukos?
Yes, I do, but it's like, it's more like they ask me questions and I end up accidentally teaching them. Like, the funniest thing about Norimak is he actually started, like, really getting into learning how to play Yu Yuko because, you know, I was, like, shitposting and all that, and then I started playing Yu Yuko again. Norimak's like, hey, Irish, like, how do you do all this shit? So I gave Norimak, like, this gigantic, like, 130-page long, like, fucking, like, PDF of, like, how to play Yu Yuko. He reads the entire goddamn thing, and he starts asking me questions about it. I'm just like, why the fuck is this shit posted? Like, reading all this stuff and, like, doing all this work to, like, get into Soku. So yeah, like, I guess I teach sometimes, like, just casually on the weekends.
Did you actually make a document? If so, you should post it in the main channel and let people take a look at it.
Yes, I actually made a document, but, like, fucking, like, 30% of it is copy pasta.
Wait. It's going pasta about Soku or like shit posting?
Why does that have to be exclusive?
Please. It doesn't work like that, come on.
No. Yes, it does.
As Norimak says, you only read it for the copy-paste support, nothing else.
That's such a fucking lie. He's just trying to maintain his shitposter reputation. He actually was like asking me questions about how to play and stuff like that for a while.
You're making him embarrassed now.
I know, I'm exposing him for the fraud he is.
Wow.
But yeah, I think it's already about time we moved on to our main topics since we just blew 30 minutes just verbally shit posting.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
it was
say
pretty
that.
informative at the beginning, so
Yeah, only at the beginning.
I mean, it's no different than how I usually spend my time.
Yeah.
I mean, you're saying that like we actually wasted everybody's time. I mean, that's the point of a podcast in the end. We kinda entertain people. Ooh.
Ooh, lad.
So yeah, we actually got main topics. Now that's something, and it's about bunch of stuff actually. What do you guys want to talk about
Well,
first?
it's kind
let's
of
start
inspired
off with
by...
the first on the list. The
Yeah,
basics
let's-
of fighting games, as you call it.
This
I
one
mean,
is
go down
kind
the
of really inspired by the recent, the most recent scrub tourneys. Like we watched them, and we kind of feel like it's good to remind about the basics of fighting games. Something
Oh yeah,
you can't seem to grasp entirely when you're a new player.
yeah. The thing is, the last time Blaze did that, we got a shitstorm as a result. So I don't know, man.
Oh yeah, what?
I remember that.
Highlight get on my level.
Yeah, was the like he asking people to not drop combos and actually use meter and whatever. Do we have a copy paste of that?
Do we have the screen cap? Like, if we do zero, you should put it up on
Yeah.
screen.
I will get it for you. Hold
Yeah,
the fuck up.
I'd
Oh.
like be able to like take it out right now, but I lost it when Aristobot died.
Meanwhile,
Thankfully, there is the Control F, and I can't find it because I type exclamation mark advice, and it finds every word advice that has ever been written.
Oh god, including Advice Owl.
oh god.
That would be hilarious.
I mean, you can actually just no announcement would be awful.
I mean, I guess we should start by like kind of defining what we mean
Yeah,
by the
yeah.
basics.
No. Meanwhile, while Zayton tried to. So me.
I have it.
Oh wow, that was fast.
That
Oh,
was
shit.
quick.
I just remember shit posting with it in the mod channel, so.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, if you're starting off playing Soku, make sure to read this and like read it every single day. It's the most important thing you'll ever learn.
I mean, it's actually for Soku, it's kinda basic stuff. It's not everything, but there is some basic important stuff for Soku in there, even if it's expressed in such a way.
There are basics for like any fighting game, for example. What I would be most interested in, and how would you handle defense in Soku? How does that even work?
So in the first place, every fighting game clearly some basics. Like every fighting game shares the same ideology in the neutral sense. So you have like pressure. So you have pressure, blocking, attacking, okizeme. You know the basic stuff. Anti-air, and I think that it's a good topic because some people like new player. There are a lot of new players that sometimes I watch play and they just seems to miss some really basic point. Like I'm sure you guys have seen people wake up on the spot and they don't block, for example. I mean,
Never seen that before.
it's a new concept, right?
I wonder who you
Yeah.
could be talking about.
I mean, I'm talking about everyone.
Wake up mash is how we do, yo. It's the scrub boy.
Soku
Wait.
Squad.
Wait, don't confuse wake up mash with just wake up without doing anything. Because I've seen people wake up and holding 6D. That happened. That's a thing.
That's ballsy.
That's kind of mashy. Like I'd call that mash. Pressing buttons where you shouldn't be.
But not only that, you have also people not even properly blocking. They just want to like jump away and they get punished for it.
But how do
Or-
you prevent that? Sometimes jumping out of, for example, bullets would work well. And how would you figure out the timing when it's actually possible to do that and when not? Or should I never jump on wake up regardless what happens?
Yo, like honestly, it's not all that bad to jump on wake up whenever you're starting off because if you're playing against new players, they don't have Okizeme, and if they're just gonna like fly away and throw out some bullets, like just high jump on wake up. It'll make your life easier.
I mean, it's true that those basics aren't vital when you're playing against people that don't really, abuse of everything. But it's kind of more like the point that you have people not really, personally, at least, I personally think that when you start a fighting game, you should have some, not even B&Bs, more like you need to have everything under control, at least at a basic level. Like you need to have the damage, use of meter, you have to know what your buttons do, everything. I mean, you really can't jump onto online and expect to do well or survive without knowing what your buttons do or what your specials do or what your supers do.
Oh, so you're referring to more of the real new players. They hop into the game and sometimes they don't even realize what some of their abilities can do.
I think like the most important thing for those really new players is like straight up just like go in practice mode and figure out like what every like 6A, 3A, J6A, J8A is because like on the defense, those are your escape points. So if you can figure out what those are, like you're gonna have a lot easier of a time like dealing with enemy pressure. TBH.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really just for really new players. I think some people never actually. I mean, that's kind of too much, but I think some newish player that already have something going on don't really have a full understanding of their entire toolset. And this, in the case of Soku, also counts for outside of the default toolset. So the alt skills and the other spell cards and such.
Yeah.
You know.
One thing I noticed about, well, there are several things that I noticed about new players, but one of the most prominent ones is that they're kind of afraid. They just don't go in. Like, sometimes I would watch a match between two completely new players, and I have to admit it's kind of cute since they kind of sit in both corners and spam bullets at each other because, oh dude, Danmaku. But it doesn't really lead anywhere. But though I do completely understand that gaining confidence is something difficult, since as you might know, I've been kind of tutoring Coco, and I would like to remind everyone that he finally won a Rising Stars, right? And
Stop chilling for your Kohai.
But yeah, it took him a really long time to start going in. A lot of the time he would just back off or stay over in Africa, far away from his opponent. That's also something that many new players, I believe, are overlooking.
Soku can be kind of different though. Compared to other fighters, you usually only block when people are up close to you. But the fact that bullets are added into this game, you get hit from afar. So for Soku, you need to learn how to graze. Like know when to graze, know to graze on the corner.
Yeah, like, ask Norimac, like, whenever he plays against low-level players, he just mashes 6-6C, and, like, everybody's so afraid and staying back and, like, pressing bullets that it works, like, 99% of the time.
That's a good way to teach new players how to do that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, sometimes, even if you're mashing the dumbest move, like, if you like, start, like, doing the reads and figuring out when your opponent is, like, gonna do certain actions, it'll help you with your gameplay a lot.
That actually reminds me that when I started playing Soka, I had really big trouble understanding grazing because I know grazing is a thing, but it's kind of counterintuitive. Like, you aren't used to run into bullets in any game I know, at least. And getting used to dashing through bullets was quite difficult for me to adjust for.
It's also really dangerous, though, so you kind of have to balance out the two things.
Like, yeah, because that's movement, right?
Yeah, especially if you're just going D6 hero, like, you're gonna die if somebody just presses melee on you.
Yeah, a complex thing of Soku, actually, like, probably the most problematic thing for most players, even the really decent one that are playing well, is moving around the screen. Because in any other fighting games, you probably have only the ground, and you are towards have to jump and air dash, but in Soku you have to fly, and that's a problem.
You can jump
part of neutral,
and you can jump really goddamn high.
Yeah, not only that, but people seems to sometimes in Soku people don't know when it's their turn to attack, so sometimes they try to move when they're already shown they should block.
So, like, what's your advice for those players then?
Oh, that's actually I wasn't.
Give me the quick rundown.
Well, as I said, it's pretty important to know what your character is capable of and what he can do. So knowing your moves, your buttons, your specials, and all that is pretty important. When it comes to neutral, though, you have to know how your character moves, but also how your opponent moves, and that's a problem because it's not something you can just learn on the fly. You have to play mostly. In the words of a Howl, just play the game.
Just play the game.
Just play the game.
It's actually true, like, completely.
I mean,
you need experience.
You're not gonna learn much by talking now, are you?
I mean, you can learn quite a bit by talking, but I think a lot of people, like, especially, like, if you just go, like, on Hisoten, you'll see so many people asking Blaze Dragon for advice, like, assuming that as soon as Blaze tells them something, they're suddenly going to start playing better. No, like, just play the game. Like, just play the fucking game.
Well, it's also important to have a knowledge about stuff, but yeah, you need to play the game mostly.
Knowledge doesn't instantly make you better is the problem. You have to learn to apply it, and that takes active effort.
That's really
everything as usual.
Pretty much.
Yeah, practice helps a lot, but even that, do people know how to practice? I mean, do you guys know how to practice well? Because the practice room is right there, but do you guys know how to use it?
I don't remember.
Dude.
Been too long.
Dude.
I got to a point where I don't really need to practice combos, so it's kind of difficult for us.
I, for some reason, never go to practice mode like at all. I've always tried to learn things in game, and of course that got me wrecked way more than it should. However, I go to practice mode when I try to train meme decks or try to look up how meme cards work.
I think that's pretty
That's the
important.
only time I try them out.
I mean, that's without doubt important because you can really try random cards in a game. I mean, you can, but it's not really optimal or
That's how you start to learn the usage of those cards.
Oh wow!
Figure out when it's a good moment to use against your opponent. You can't learn that against the CPU or in practice mode, for example.
Oh yeah, but I mean, before using a card, you have to at least know what it does, you know.
No, just smash that spell card button and see what happens.
Oh wow! I mean, take for example Raisin with the gas. I mean, it's kind of random. I mean, not random. It's if you don't know what it does, you are just wasting cards. Maybe you're wasting cards even using it in general, but that's opinions, you know.
I mean, I genuinely think that like spending shit tons of time in practice mode is like one of the most underutilized ways to get better that like new players just completely forget about. Because like when you're starting off, like you don't really know how to do your combos, and I don't think people realize like the way you win at this game is you just do damage, and if you're consistently like limiting and like doing high damage, finishing your combos, it's gonna be so much easier to start winning. And the way you do that is like you spend time in practice mode trying to figure out like more situations where you can do like certain combos and maximizing damage, and like that's really important to start winning.
Also, yeah, that's damage which is part of know your combos, which something I think some people kind of don't train or practice.
And it's not just about the damage either, because like if you know your combos, you're limiting. Because I mean, I know a lot of players whenever they're starting off, if they can't finish their combos, somebody just air techs and mashes in their face, and it's extremely frustrating. Like you need to actually limit your combos, or else you're gonna go from like hitting somebody and like doing like 100 damage to like getting punished for like 3k because you didn't finish your goddamn combo.
That sounds like Suika, all right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. One thing I noticed is newer players like to, they open the Wikipedia page for their character. They're like, "Oh man, this combo does a metric shit ton of damage. It's the highest damaging combo my character make, but they can only like perform it successfully. I don't know, 1 out of 10 times." Honestly, when you're new, it's better to just go for the easier combos, just to get that goddamn limit.
I think that even applies whenever you're an older player. I think like reliability is the most important part about doing a combo.
Indeed. I mean, if you start dropping combos, you're going to lose a lot of games. And I know that full well because these days I'm rusty as fuck and I drop stuff, important stuff, like 2A into 6 to 3C, which as Yomu is probably one of the most important things you have to do. For example,
what about style points? Don't you want to have a cool looking combo over high damaging one?
I can't do that because I play freaking Rekka Yomu, which only gives me cross-ups and memes. Yeah, there was another thing about practice which is that is important, mostly connected to Soku itself than fighting games in general, because in Soku there's another layer of things that people seems to completely forget or don't care about, and it's the weather system.
Yeah, people like to overlook it completely because, dude, typhoon, I lost because of typhoon, I lost because of river mist. Yeah.
Like, you could have seen that typhoon coming a mile away.
Yeah, absolutely. Learning to control weather is really something very important. Like, you don't even need to, at the start, you don't even need to remember the weather cycle or anything, but like, if you see that there's typhoon on the counter and you know that you're on low health, just smash that motherfucking spell card button to cycle it out so you don't instantly lose.
Like, just jump into your opponent and get like knocked down so that you don't fucking die to typhoon, so you can actually block.
Now I'm
if you're
kind of
desperate enough.
Like, what are your favorite and what's your worst hated weather? I would also like the people in the stream there.
Oh, also, instead of being annoyed that you lost to Typhoon, why don't you try to Typhoon meme? I mean, some characters have access to bullshit through Typhoon. I know that because I play both Suika and Yomu, and I have access to Rise from Delusion, which is a blue sword, and access to Atlas. So I can, do bullshit. It's amazing.
I think my absolute favorite weather is subterranean sun into sun shower. It's fucking hilarious. Well, not for the receiving side, I guess, but it is funny for me.
Oh god.
Dude, I personally love Monsoon. Just the fact that like you can beat people around and do like ridiculous combos into like resets because like nobody can stop fucking bouncing is the best.
I think my favorite weathers are probably Blue Sky, Monsoon, and Typhoon. Actually, yeah, those three.
You like
Diamond Dust.
Blue Sky,
You like Diamond Dust?
Diamond Dust is amazing.
Dude.
Oh, I fucking hate it because I'm always the side that lies on the ground first.
No, Diamond Dust is easy if you're Yuyuko because like you just fucking have a reversal on Diamond Dust and they go in for the Yoki every time and you just mash that shit and you're like, I got free damage. How are you doing, sir?
But Diamond Dust seems to really last.
But wait, what about homosexual mist?
River Mist? Oh god, that's the biggest cancer in the whole game.
Homosexual mist is the weather currently in our voice channel. It is the Leather Club after all.
Ooh, lad, it's a little misty in here.
Oh god, no!
Saves me. Just saying.
Oh no!
Yeah, River Mist is like, just start mashing because your opponent's gonna drop his combos no matter what you do.
Yo, what
There's
about
one positive thing about River Mist. When it's not starting and only on the counter, I can before it starts, I can mash the Atlas and then it will switch over to Foon, so I can get an easy free hit.
Oh yeah, Splinter brought up Sprinkle. I love Sprinkle. You get free like skill cards.
Yeah, Sprinkle is amazing.
Sprinkle is like my high noon, man. Every time it's Sprinkle, it's go time.
It's patchy time.
I mean, people probably know why I love Sprinkle
no.
also the most, because of my 236C on Wake Up. That shit works way more than it should.
Alright, Splinter just gave us the new name for River Mist. It's Spicy Moisture.
Excellent.
Okay, whoever can make weather mods replace the word River Mist with Spicy Moisture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happening.
So too long didn't read. Learn the weather. Learn to use it.
Yeah, in practice, you should learn what your character can do in the different weathers. Like if he gains or loses in Typhoon, if he has advantage in Sun Shower, if he can do specific combos, etc., etc., etc. The weather system in Soku is really interesting, a bit broken, but if you can use it the best possible, you will gain ground over your opponents.
By the way, what would you say is the character that profits the most from overall all weathers?
Oh, wow, that's
I would
interesting.
say Suika has pretty good good chances in Typhoon because her dial A is pretty much beating even Oku's. And Sprinkle is also pretty sick for her because her skills kick ass, and there was something else that was pretty good for her, but I forgot. Oh well. Oh yeah, Fog, because she hits hard, and that's why she can heal herself pretty hard.
Honestly, I would say that excluding, let's say, River Mist and Typhoon, pretty much every character can benefit from every weather as long as the player is competent. Because obviously some characters like, I don't know, Aya or other mosquitoes with no damage don't really benefit from Typhoon.
I think Lion will disagree on you, like Blue Sky Sakuya. Maybe. Just saying.
Are you sure?
Hearts, tell us what's about Blue Sky Sakuya.
It seems that she has nothing of worth, so I know that.
But even if she has nothing of worth, she doesn't really lose anything.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's.
That's
I mean,
true, but the enemy gains something out of its potential.
I think Iku is kind of the same. Iku can do fucking whatever in any weather.
She does. I mean, yeah, she doesn't need weather. She has fucking J2A. Just smash that, smash that. Double by
J2.
while you're watching. Smash it
J2,
harder.
J2A Lamau.
Smash that motherfucking J2A button.
Yeah,
Wow.
real eco hours.
Which we were talking when we are still on the topic of practice. We were talking about all skills and weathers and such. And clearly this reminds me of the Soku meta. We also had a tourney before, or I think it was today actually, where the meta was completely out of,
Oh yes.
of this board.
I witnessed that, so I suppose I'll be doing the talking here. Basically, earlier today, our Korean friends were holding a tourney over here in Discord,
Fuck KR.
and FugKR, yes, that was Lunana's name as well. And I can tell you that was the craziest shit I have ever seen, especially as an Oku player, since I'm pretty sure their main Oku player had every possible spell card in his deck. Maybe with a few exceptions, because I would never think that I would see Abyss Nova in Grand Finals. But yeah, honestly, a lot of their choices were really completely different compared to what we see here in the Western community. So, I mean, the said Oku, aside from miming with Abyss Nova, was also running both Pillar and Hellgazer, which was frowned upon even by their Korean commentators, apparently, as Sinius was translating for me.
Koreans have commentators?
Yes,
For 10 people
Dude, that's hype.
participated.
That's
Dude.
hype.
dude, this might come off as a surprise to you, but Koreans can indeed speak.
Wow.
What the fuck are you talking about? Get out of here
That's
with your,
bullshit.
get out
That's
here with
bullshit.
your conspiracy
No, I
theory
mean-
bullshit. Stop shilling for the Illuminati.
Oy vey, I have been found out. Anyway, if you go, even if you even go a bit back in time, and you know, there's the famous Plague play from StarCraft that also proved that they can speak. But
Ooh.
putting that aside, the tourney also had a very interesting ending where in the finals between Lunana and Nuke L, the aforementioned Oku player, Nuke L, 3 matches into the set decided that sorry, he needs to go and get his chicken to eat.
Wait.
And so Lunana won and earned himself a very nice
Wait.
title over on his Oten.
Is the chicken part of the meta though?
Yes,
Maybe.
the tactical chicken, tactical proofs.
I gotta ask this guy, like, what kind of chicken was it? Like, was it chicken breast? Was it the thigh? Was it, like, this is very important.
Apparently, it was good.
Dude,
It's kind of going back to the old times, you know. At least I have chicken. Old fucks will remember.
But at least, would you say that it was more enjoyable than watching the other tourneys, for example? Like, if they have questionable cards, that surely makes for more entertainment.
Well, I can mostly speak about the Oko, and while he certainly was very amusing to watch, since he was a good player, you know, then my inner adept was exploding in rage at all the unoptimal shit he was running. Because honestly, that's pretty much what the meta is, isn't it? It's about running the most optimal cards that will do you.
Yeah, about
most.
that. Yeah,
I
about
mean,
that.
there's a little bit more to that than that.
Wait, okay. The meta is usually the optimized stuff, right? Now, Soku is kinda hard on that because you have access to like a crap ton of skills and spell cards and whatever. So your deck has only 20 cards, but your theoretical deck has like 50. So how do you, how do you actually work out a real meta? Because, you know, for example, I play Yomu and the freaking intolerable Avisi skill card, which is the grab, it's amazing in theory, but it's awful in practice. And I would like to run that, but it's not really meta optimized. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, since Soku allows you to have 4 decks, in theory, you can, you know, have, let's say, 3 proper decks and 1 meme deck, but that rarely really happens, at least in my case, since I need like 4 different decks, and if I could, I would have another 4 different decks.
It's also pretty different for me because I run 3 meme decks and 1 normal deck.
I think probably the most important part about skill cards in Soku is like they're not for free. Like you can't just add a skill onto your deck. It's always a trade-off. Like if you've got like if you're playing Yomu and you've got like your default DP, like if you want to swap that out for something else, you're losing the DP every time that you swap into a different skill card. And that's really important about the Soku meta.
The problem is, I mean, in a way, the Soku meta is made by the strong players, the winners. What makes sense if you like run some really bullshit skill cards and won a lot? Won't that make new meta in theory?
New shit? Real
shit? Real shit?
Real shit. Hyper thing.
Please make Sword of Fate good again.
I mean, what if I could make some really retarded bullshit with the grab? Won't that make new meta?
Dude, like, it's not unrealistic. Like, I've seen in a corner assault before, like, fucking Waterdew ran reverse screens on Yuyuko versus, I think it was either Z-Layer or Mui, and, like, they just absolutely were not able to handle the fact that Yuyuko had a fucking dragon punch, and, like, it got absolutely wrecked by it, so a lot of it is, like, some people just don't know how to handle that shit on characters that are running, like, abnormal spell cards.
Speaking of abnormal, I would like to give a shout out to my boy Love Kassen, you know, Heavy Frog, Frozen Frog, back in the tourney a few weeks ago. That was an absolutely excellent counterplay to Aya's 4-card rocks.
Oh man.
Trashing Splinter's wind tunnel.
So the point I was trying to, actually I wasn't trying to make any point. The thing about the meta is that I think I've seen a lot of kinda new players, myself included, so bunch of people that have decided to play not really good cards, so to speak. And what would you say to those people? I mean, personally, I think that if you want to check other alts, it's fine, but you should also know your basics. You're actually optimize good stuff, you know.
Depends on. Go for it.
Yeah, you start.
Oh shit! This is
someone
awkward.
goes.
Okay, I mean it depends on what you want to get out of the game. There are some people who just like want to run meme cards and like see how well it takes them. There's some people who actually want to get really good. So like you actually have to figure out like, are you using this because you're trying to win or are you trying to have fun? Like straight up.
I was about to ask the same. What's your actual goal? To have fun or do you want to win? I mean,
I want
if
to
it's the same thing, then of course you won't pick meme cards, but there's quite a significant difference.
We true Tomodachi. We have the same thoughts.
What if you want to just find a new use of some cards? Because I think some people actually just dismiss alts and such, you know. Like some people watch cards and say this is bullshit, it's not going to work, etc., etc.
I can't blame them since, you know, there have been the tier list, skill spell tier list updates. There are obviously many old and possibly jaded players giving them advice. So it's obvious that they will start using, the newer players will start using what's recommended to them, yeah.
I mean, Splinter is asking, what happens if you both want to meme and win simultaneously?
You can.
You get me.
Pick a top
But
here.
you also can actually meme and win, but it's not easy. It's possible, but it's not easy. I've seen it happen. You just have to really work hard and know what you win.
You could just settle for the moral win by out-meming your opponent, even if you lose the actual
Oh
match.
yeah.
Okay, that's also a thing to win. Yeah, you're right.
It really depends on what you're looking for.
The more important win, the psychological win.
Who had more fun? That's the real winner.
Yeah, as Lionheart puts it,
That's
it's all
true.
about doing mental damage to your opponent.
Yeah.
Not even like winning the games. It's all about the mental damage. You're playing the long game.
Wait a minute. You can have fun, Soku? Did I miss something?
Get out. The taunts in here. Fun is a dirty word in his house.
Absolutely. Haram.
Get that ass banned.
This is some
bot already.
this is some illegal shit going on here. Ooh, oh man.
Ooh, lad, that's a little spicy.
So I guess we can conclude that this general discussion about basics, practice, and meta with kind of do whatever you want, but also try to, at least learn your basics before going out in the wild. Right?
Yeah, you shouldn't try to meme when you're a very near player, because I did the same shit and it didn't go well. Let me tell you that.
I mean, if you're going against
my
the
first
grain,
real deck was my Raisin triple poison deck, so
Can I go on a little rant for a second about something I always see new players forgetting to do?
yes,
Godspeed,
please,
go ahead.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so straight up, there are 3 things in Soku that new players always completely forget to fucking pay attention to. Number 1 is the weather. Number 2 is how much spirit their opponent has. And number 3 is to actually look at their opponent's deck. I call this the trifecta, but honestly it's more like the trifecta because it fucks everybody up because they're not paying attention. I mean, it's one of the most important things you have to figure out when you're playing in the neutral game, because if your opponent's low spirit, high spirit, depending on what cards they have in their deck, that's gonna affect their decision making a lot. So you got all these players going around asking questions oh, how do I improve my neutral? Well, pay attention to what's going on in your opponent's gameplay. Don't just pay attention to how many cards you've got, or how much meter you've got, how much spirit you've got. Your opponent's trying to figure out that exact same thing at the same time you are. So if you read into his mind, you're winning the game super hard.
yo, straight up, the only cards I look for are reversals, DPs, and maybe system cards.
That's the only thing you even need to pay attention to anyways.
And weather.
Not necessarily, since if you see that your opponent is holding a certain card, then you can safely assume that they will go for this or that setup.
Oh yeah.
This kind of gives you a potential advantage, since they might as well be just holding it to bamboozle you and never go for the setup. That's another thing.
So
Mind
Krabby just said that he usually looks at the enemy's cards and forgets it. And I'm gonna tell you, don't worry, I do the same shit all the time. I take a look at the enemy's deck and then ignore it 1 second later and then get hit by the reversal.
Or play against Chirno and realize that all of her cards look the fucking same and don't really know how to play against her.
That's true.
All the
though.
attack animations are the same too.
Yeah, thank you.
And that's the biggest bullshit. Oh wow. Fucking G6A is the same as G5C, I think.
Well,
Wow.
good thing nobody here plays Chirno.
Really.
Maybe people will pick her up after the new Toho comes out.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I think there's already a 10 palette for her, so yeah, go wild.
Cappuccino, yeah.
She's got the 50-50s because all her animations are the same.
Oh man. Woo. So what do we have also? So we actually went all about the new players, but now we're going to talk about the meta game outside of the game. What about other fighting games?
Ah!
Well,
Wow.
I played
That wasn't.
I played Blast Blue once after playing only Soku, and I tried to graze bullets. I would not recommend that.
I think we're all playing BlazBlue.
It was so weird. I've been mentally conditioned into trying to graze bullets.
Street Fighter's trash. Just fucking graze the Hadoken Lamau.
Just raise
So-
Hadoken. Easy.
So, oh god.
I know that feel. I did the same in Eternal Fighter Zero when I played it. I just sometimes just dash into a bullet and then ask myself why it hits, and then I just kind of feel dumb. That happens a lot.
That actually only happens to me when I played Street Fighter 3 and Street Fighter 4. I kinda tried to parry in Street Fighter 4, which doesn't work. So yeah, Soku is okay. The thing about other fighting games in this topic, let's say, is that Soku is a what's the word? Really unique, I guess.
Danmaku action.
It's the red-headed stepchild of fighting games.
I mean, the thing is that let's say you never played any fighting games, but then you come here and play Soku. I've seen that happen. What's up
That's
with
what
that?
happened to me. That's what happened to me.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much what I did too.
And what's up with that?
I mean, you're asking me why did I decide to play Soku?
Not really, because there is the fighting game genre and there is Soku, which is still part of the fighting game. But the thing is that, let's say I offer you a game in Street Fighter, Tekken, Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, or something else. You may prefer to play Soku. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, how come Soku is preferred over other fighting games? What's the magic here?
As Splinter said, because we played the mainline Toho games. Toho is actually a pretty known game series, at least for weeps.
Because I'm a degenerate waifu fag.
No, that
I was about to fill it in for Zatan, but he did it better than I ever could.
I will follow Patchouli to the ends of the earth.
I mean, that's my same reason. Fuck.
Yeah, lollygirls. As you can read lollygirls, that's the point.
The power of cute girls.
Good girls beat the crap
I mean,
out of each other while drunk, and yeah, that's how you make a good game.
Funny story. I started playing more seriously the other fighting games because I did play a bit more like Tekken Street Fighter before Soku, but I started playing seriously the other fighting games because I started with Soku. So fuck, there is that. So
Also
in the
yeah.
wow. No, in the end, it's actually I should ask myself, why is Soku so magical?
It has really cute fights, TBH.
Bakadesu senpai.
It's definitely not the resolution. You play it on 640 by 480, and it gives me like glaucoma. Like I can't fucking see after I play Soku.
Understandable. What were you going to say, Zayton?
Yeah, well, I think that a big part of why I stick to Soku instead of, actively trying to improve in other fighting games, and I did try BlazBlue at a point for like 50 hours on Steam or something,
Wow.
is obviously the community, since, well, I am attached to it, whether I like it or not. And yeah, I don't know, there's something fun about this goddamn game, but I can't quite pinpoint what it is.
It's just the memes with the memey people.
Something.
No, I hate memes, dude.
It's something magical about this community, trying to post copy pasta in Hisoten Soku without getting banned or triggering Zatan. It's magical.
Yeah, you need to try and, border escape the mute.
Just ban escape.
No, please. Hey, yeah. Oh, wait, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that Texture has a fair point that Soku does run on toasters. I am indeed using a toaster, even if
yeah.
a slightly turbo toaster, but that doesn't change the fact that, well, you can run this on damn near anything. And if you're having problems, you can just disable Oku's Spacescape and it will run even better.
Honestly, my theory as to why South America has so many players, it's because, it's the only game they can run. Like, all the North Americans have, moved on to games that are actually, high-tech, but, South America can't move on.
I mean, they still have FIFA on their PS2s.
No.
What is
The funny it's a penguin with a waifu.
It's a
What
penguin.
age we're living? Imagine that.
Real shit. Real shit?
It's real shit, let me tell you.
Yes.
How did
that's
people
me.
live
I am the
without Soku
penguin. I am the
before?
penguin.
Oh god. Funny stuff. Actually, there are a lot of South Americans that play on Fightcade, like Third Strike or Alpha 3, like really old games. So I don't think your what's the word? Your deduction on why they only there are so many Soku players is that wrong,
Well, there's also the fact that, well, this is Toho. As
Oh.
I believe Splinter said before about, playing the mainline games. It's fucking cute girls in cute hats firing lasers at each other.
But that's not good enough for Urban Legend and Limbo or Hopeless Masquerade.
Oh,
That's a good point.
Really,
And
really
it's
makes you
strange.
think, huh?
Because their net play isn't good enough, eh?
I mean,
I
it's
haven't-
more than that. I wouldn't play Ulil if it had the best net play in the world.
I think I know the reason. Maybe, at least I know from several people that they actually prefer the older Toho characters. Well, let's say older meaning between Toho 6 and Toho 11, 12.
More mature.
Oh yeah.
At least they prefer those characters way more than the characters in the letter games, and I would count myself towards that as well. I couldn't probably call the names of all Tohos past Toho 12, for example. They're just less memorable for me.
Yeah, pretty much.
What makes sense? I mean, Embodiment of the Scarlet Devil is probably one of the favorite games of everyone for some reason. They really like the cast. In the,
It's okay.
I mean, the
Sorry.
game itself is. Go ahead.
So you're trying to say that the game itself is shit, but it has cute girls.
Exactly.
That's how it sells.
Nonsense.
It doesn't even have the best cast of all the mainline games.
That's PCB.
Yeah, that's PCB.
Let's start with waifu fagging. Sure, go.
Let's start display more.
Yo, what
Tell
about-
me.
What about
Tell me.
puppies?
No.
Get out.
Get out. No.
Don't talk to me about clown piss.
Tell me about PCB. Why is it so good?
It's not.
What the heck? What?
Oh
No.
wait, PCB? I thought you were talking about Embodiment of Scarlet Devil. Alright,
No,
PCB
that's trash.
No, PCB is good because it has 2 extra modes. It has extra
Oh, yeah.
and Phantasm. Like,
Yeah.
like other mainline games, are you even trying?
Yeah. And there is also the best character of all time,
Yuko.
Alice.
Alice.
Yeah, Alice.
Then you would go back
You
to
meant-
4 or 5.
I think
yeah.
you. Excuse me. I think you meant Alicia.
Yeah, Alicia. That's
Alicia.
that's so good, Alicia.
Why is she even in this game though? Like, I wouldn't let her suck me off.
Don't-
for
don't-
$6.40.
Do not
Oh,
cease.
disease.
Oh crap! I'm about to get banned, aren't I?
Yes.
Later.
I hope you have spirit orbs because I'm about to try and mute you. You better border escape that.
All right, let me mash my dash button. Let me run away real quick.
Oh god. So give me a second. I got. So about them fighting games. So. The point was that is there any way that you can introduce Soku to people that actually play other fighting games? Because Soku might be a fighting game, but it's quite strange.
Danmaku action
Uh,
game.
Yeah, it's Danmaku action game.
Okay, so
And
it's a Danmaku action game, whatever. But it's still a sub-genre of the freaking fighting game.
Did you just assume Soku's genre?
God damn it.
Yes! Because it's important to the discussion.
But yeah, I would say that a good starting point is, using Soku being so unique, be it a fighting game or Danmaku action game, as a selling point. You
Wait.
can also, I
For
mean,
the
since,
people?
well, yeah,
Huh.
I mean,
You would say that's the selling point, but I would just say if I want to introduce it to other people, I would say, you know what? Look at this game, the fighting game where cute girls beat each other up and drink a lot.
That sounds like really fetish. Like, why? What the fuck?
As a German, this should usually work well because we're a drinker nation and such, so that should usually work. I showed this game to a friend and he was pretty interested in it, actually.
well, to
Huh.
begin with, they have to be interested in fighting games. I mean,
Oh, that's true.
you gotta shill more than just the cute girls. I mean,
yeah.
personally, I think a lot of what Hisoten can offer you is that real fast-paced action, the real getting involved with the game 24/7.
I think
When you're in a match, you're just it's go time.
sketchy time.
I do even say, like, if... Okay, in the first place, Soku is like anime-esque. It's similar
any
to
other
anime,
fighting game.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Like an
similar
anime
to...
fighter or something.
Toho
Really
is an anime.
Yeah, okay, I mean, you get me.
What anime
So,
is this from?
Every
No.
fucking time. It's from Unthinkable Natural Law. I don't think you've ever heard of it. It's
The research for Gagnol. Gagnol.
I'll go watch that.
God damn. Did you see the shadow? What about? I mean, if you try to show this game to anime players of anime fighters, goddamn, I think you can reach some ground with them, but I doubt you can, try this with KOF, Tekken, or Street Fighter people. It's
Honestly,
kinda-
You might be able to.
Yeah. Ow.
I mean, like, I know, like, for example, like, whenever Toshiro went to, like, that, like an example of, like, introducing, like, Soku to, like, people is like Tassiro like went over to that fucking anime convention like in Boston where there were tons of people and like they had like big Soku layouts like set up where like they had like Soku and Yulo being played on the projector. Like all people have to do is like look up and be like, oh hey, this game looks kind of cool, and then they they want to play it. And like if somebody already plays a fighting game, it just makes the entry that much easier.
Oh, makes sense. So basically, just show it off as a fighting game. No
You
more,
just
no
gotta
less.
make it look hype. Like I fucking like I've got friends who I play like MMOs with, and like I invited them to like watch a stream where like I was playing like an Ahsoku Saturday, and like they actually got really hype watching it. So like
Whoa.
it can be like people who are like completely unrelated to fighting games too.
The positive thing is it's a multiplayer game. Well, meaning 1 versus 1, but you still play it with other people, and playing something with friends is usually much more appealing than some single-player game. So if you show someone else something and you can say, hey, we can play this both at the same time when we're both at home. We don't even have to be at the same PC.
Yeah, there's also the off chance that they might not be friends anymore after playing for a few games.
When the opponent picks Yuyoko, you just stop being friends with him.
Oh cool, you're a
That's
Yu
it.
main?
That's
Let me wash my hands.
I think another potential demographic to try and introduce Soku to is the people who play the so-called poverty fighters. You know, like, weird ass obscure Japanese games. I don't know. Akatsuki Blitzkampf that Showbox was shilling some time ago. Fucking Melty Blood. What else is there?
What's Unial? We have.
I don't think
FSD.
there's poverty.
It's kind of poverty. I mean, if you play on PC, it's definitely poverty.
Get the Arcana. Get the
It's not even a
Arcana
joke, I'm
Hearts
serious.
players.
I'm serious, it's not a joke.
Oh, maybe you can even find the fabled Dong Dong Never Die competitive community and introduce Soku to them. Who knows?
I'm ready for that. Oh god. Isn't that a game with Mario? That does
yes.
stuff?
There are several things in that game that I don't even know where to begin, but I did get to play it together with Snap, and it was an experience. I can tell you that much. It certainly was something else.
Get the Mugen players.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they already have all the fucking sprites in their game anyway.
Exactly.
Remember to always bet on a 2-who.
Yes.
Also DBZ, if it's mixing.
Well, if they know of Salty Bet, oh yeah, you can bring up Soku to them. Yo, I used to play lots of
So next podcast we're going to have the topic: how do you win in Salty Bet? Who is the best way to bet on that?
Oh, are you bring back Splinter? He knows all about this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Salty Bet is a bit more complicated. You really need your tech going on.
Hold on, that just reminds me, aren't we supposed to have a CPU tourney?
What? No. What?
Yeah, we're supposed to have one.
What? No. How do you even do
Yeah.
that? The CPU is awful.
Oh, he's right. Tassiro was gonna do one of those.
Yeah,
What?
right.
It was
If
gonna be
Tassiro
AI
is
turn.
listening, we have to do that. I volunteer as a commentator for that.
Oh, so do
Wow.
I. Yeah, absolutely.
That sounds something.
It
Well,
won't be.
it's good for Coma coins, and people just want that shit, so it would work pretty well.
It won't be much different from Rising Stars.
Oh,
That's so mean. You should feel ashamed of yourself, President.
Actually, that sounds like a fun idea because people could.
I
We could also have an alternative tourney where everyone enters normally, but instead of fighting yourself, you let the CPU handle it. All you do is provide the deck.
nice.
That
Huh.
sounds interesting, at least for betting on Coma coins and just having fun in general. I mean, it's not like much is going on there, but it sounds like a fun little cute idea.
Could be an interesting Saturday.
Yeah.
Already Coco is saying it will be better than Rising Stars.
I mean, you can't really collude with bots, so that's one thing.
I mean,
Well-
why even bother? I already know Oku's gonna win that tournament because the Dial A does max damage out of like
you
all the
would be
characters.
surprised. Oh, you would be surprised.
Probably not.
Um.
Oh yeah, but anyway, back to the topic.
Oh
of
yeah, back to the topic. So
shilling Soku.
yeah, basically, I wanted to come to reach that point. So about how do you even shield so? Because okay, we can see that the demographic is actually pretty wide, but what about the actual shielding? How do you even reach that?
Did you just say pretty white?
Wide.
I said wide. I said wide.
What I've been thinking of. Morsman, please. You've had a few shots too many, dude. As I was trying to say, one thing you want to do about shilling Soku is not ever mention it on 4chan anymore. That's a bad idea. Because
I agree. If you put it on B, you pretty much ruined the whole community.
God damn.
Shit, I forgot to advertise the stream on 4chan.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you, Irish. Thank you for forgetting.
Dodged a bomb.
Yeah, absolutely. We dodged the bomb.
We dodged
Anyway,
a bomb.
I'm sorry. That was
Way.
horrible.
Wait, someone's saying that you is a dork? Later. Later we'll come to your
All
questions,
the Yomo
guys. So,
players.
Oh boy, it's
calm
gonna
down.
be around.
Calm
Anyway,
down.
what I've been thinking about is obviously Reddit, since they do have several fighting game subreddits. I think I know of two. One is R Fighters, which is an actual competent fighting game subreddit. The other is R Kappa, which sometimes talks about fighting games, but mostly just posts tits and ass, which also has its own appeal, obviously. And probably try and chill it on the former. And
I mean-
that's my idea.
I mean, we have so much stuff going on these days. Like, wow, tournament, podcast, people, drama, people. I mean, how come it's so hard to get people in here?
Because it's not a big franchise. It's not BlazBlue. It's not Guilty Gear.
Oh.
It's not for Street Fighter. Zero, please stop doing that.
Damn it.
Yeah, so obviously it's pretty difficult.
But I mean, apparently we've been doing it pretty well, considering the fact that we've had so many, we've had a pretty big influx of new players lately.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, we can't have been doing it that badly. The shilling is going extremely well.
Yeah, the server is currently at 1,136 members. Obviously, most of them are lurkers, but hey.
Got a bit of AFK.
Most of them are actually Goaty alts.
Go die.
It's go die, yeah.
Which
No,
one
it's
is
Goaty.
actually Goaty, though?
Wow. Oof. So I guess we all can only hope for the best and shield harder than ever. We'll reach something one day. One day we'll reach the same level of multi-blood, and we'll have Soku on an actual. No, I mean, we'll have the game on an actual stage.
Soku at Evo.
I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
Oh wait,
Everybody is
Soku,
ready.
Soku already got to Evo, if anybody has that picture.
Oh yeah.
Monowai kind of went and brought up the picture. It's pretty good.
That's nice.
I mean, the CD with Soku, the absolute madman. He owns an actual Lego copy.
So lucky. I want one.
It's not that great.
That would look pretty cool, actually.
Wait, don't you also need Scarlet Weather Rhapsody?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
damn
So
it.
if you just play Soku, you're just gonna have Bonk, Suwako, Oku, Tsirno, I think.
That's annoying.
Man, that sounds like a terrible lineup.
Well, yeah. I mean, basically, Soku only introduced low-tier characters. That's thinking.
Wait,
No,
wow.
you still.
You're right. Huh.
Really makes you think.
Wait. Cherno isn't that bad.
Well, then why does nobody play her? Huh?
Because
Huh?
people...
Really makes you
fuck.
Really activates your almonds.
You got me there, but still, she isn't that bad. Oof. So I guess... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, probably because Tassover puts so little work into actually making the character. That's probably
Yeah.
why.
She has no animation, actually. Like, she has the lowest amount of frames.
Animations.
Frame animation, yeah. I kinda forgot that. So, at this point of the podcast, where's the end? And the end is made of Irish. So Irish, the
What a
last
terrible
topic,
end.
I'm joking is the best. So, the final topic is all yours, and it's a pretty important part of everything we talk about now, because Up to now, damn it. Because even if you know the basics, if you practice, if you know the meta, if you play other fighting games, and if you introduce people and whatever, you still need time to do this kind of stuff. So how do you do it? Because I know you're at school, or wait, it was to college, and you're pretty busy. Exactly. You're pretty busy as a person. How do you deal with everything?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of gonna rant about this for a while, and like I'll like ask you guys like every once in a while to chime in, but like
Go ahead.
it's like really lengthy, so I got like quite a bit to say about this actually.
Take your time.
Yeah, so like just in general, God, Sigurds just asked me a question. Hold on, I gotta read this. Irish, how does it feel to cheat a sleep-deprived man out of his color? It feels great, Sigurds. If anybody doesn't know what happens, and I'm just gonna like expose Sigurds on stream right now.
Lost to Blue Rainbow.
Yeah, Sigurds lost Blue Raimu because he played a best of 3 versus me, and the trade was, if I lose, I can't run Sphere Bloom, but if he loses, he can't use Blue Raimu for the rest of his Soku career, and I actually won that one. So
That's awful.
Sigurd's getting blown the fuck out.
Classic
I'm sorry.
Sigurds.
Why did you do that? Oh man, this man.
That's savage.
Such power.
Alright, anyways, but like, so the topic is just like, it's about how to maximize your fighting time, but it exists in a bigger context than that, because like, you can't forget about the fact that whenever you're playing fighting games, and especially whenever you're playing Soku, it all kind of occurs in the context of you actually having a fucking life. As hard to, there's a lot of things that people have to do in their daily life, they have to balance out with getting good at Soku, and for a lot of people that's actually really difficult, and like how to balance. And I think the first thing that people actually need to figure out whenever they're trying to balance out these two things is, how much time do you actually think you should spend on Soku? That's like a really important question. I mean, like, just like out of you guys in general, like, if I were to ask you guys how much time do you think you should spend on Soku, like, on average, like, what would you guys say?
All the time.
I kinda will stay out of this discussion for now. Maybe
Ooh,
call me back in a bunch of not specified time.
Hey, I see my free time as time to play Soku, or
Alright.
to prepare podcast or the tourney. I mean, I really try to be me when I'm on my free time. Like if I have days off, I try to do exactly everything I love doing. So Soku was kind of part of that.
What about you, Zatan, Mr. President?
I mean, I spend most of my time just staring at the Discord and ensuring that people don't have too much fun. But when I do play Soku, I don't really have any set times for it. I don't really tell myself, oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking play Soku all day, because that's unrealistic, because I'm gonna just get tilted after the first game anyway. And yeah, it basically depends how I feel like at a given moment. Sometimes I can go for 4 hours, and sometimes I can just not play for 3 days.
Yeah, for real. I mean, you guys all have like really different like amounts of time that you put into playing Soku, and I think the biggest reason why is because you all have different reasons for playing Soku. If I were to ask Morphman why he's playing Soku, it's probably because he loves playing drunk lollies and like mashing meme cards out. If I ask Zatan why he loves playing Soku, it's probably because he actually wants to like improve and like waifu bag it out. Like there's a lot of different reasons why people play Soku. And you have to take the importance of those reasons into balance with how much shit you got going on in your real life. There's a lot of people who don't have shit going on in their real life, and they can afford to play Soku a lot. But at the same time, like, a lot of times people actually end up wasting time playing Soku because they have shit they should be doing in real life that they're not doing in real life. And, like, as a result, they actually end up regretting all the time they spent playing Soku instead of doing all the other things. So you gotta make sure you're not doing that either. Like, recently I read this, like, psychological study that said that, on average, people regret the things that they don't do more than they regret the things that they do. So if you're playing Soku to kind of avoid your other responsibilities in life, you're gonna start to feel like shit after a while. So don't do that. But on the other hand, if you can't play Soku enough because you got so much shit going on in your real life that you're actually disappointed at how little time you're spending in Soku, like, maybe you should try to, like, you know, fix the way that your life works to try to incorporate the things that you enjoy more into life. For example, Soku, if you really enjoy Soku. An example of that I have is it's actually this really good Soku player that we have. I'm not going to name any names, but for a while, he had this really bitch girlfriend that like wouldn't let him play Soku at all. So he just fucking broke up with her so that he could play more Soku. And like sometimes those are the decisions you gotta make in life.
This guy, whoever he is, I actually don't know who he means, but this guy has got his priorities straight.
Well,
Let
like-
me tell you that.
This motherfucker, he knows what he wants out of life. He's like, I'm not gonna let this bitch girlfriend control my life and stop me from playing Soku. So just get out of my face, get out of my life. I'm gonna win.
I will let Soku control my life instead. Soku cares about me.
Wow.
I mean,
That's
Soku, at least Soku won't bitch back at you, so...
That's true.
It will, in form of mash.
Well, yes.
Pretty much. So, first thing you need to figure out is, are you going to regret playing Soku more than you're going to regret not playing Soku? And, I mean, that's just you figuring out what else is going on in your life and being realistic about it. That's one of the first things you need to figure out when you're balancing your life in Soku. Second thing you need to figure out is, what the fuck do you actually want out of Soku? Like, Morphman wants to meme, lots of people want fun, you know, Genki wants to, like...
Damn it.
Genki wants to win Soku Saturday, he's not been too successful with that lately. Some people want to win for their waifus. Splinter is trying to avoid being gay boy 69. Some people are just trying to, like, have some fun. Some people don't have any fucking clue why they're even playing this game anymore. And
I would say
It's a
that.
good time sink.
I would like to say that I actually tried to win successfully and fighting for my wife. Just saying.
okay, he's also fighting for his waifu.
Thank you.
Yomu's a good girl. Please don't say mean things about her.
Thanks.
Okay. And yeah, so that's actually really important because whenever you sit down and you figure out how much time you need to be spending playing Soku, you need to figure out why you're playing Soku in the first place. Like, if you're just playing to meme, you don't actually need to spend all that much time practicing. But if you got like Genki's goals and you're trying to win a Soku Saturday, you need to put in a little bit more time than Genki's putting into trying to win at Soku Saturday.
That's bullshit. You know it. You know full well that doing nothing is actually way better than doing something. It's actually been scientifically proven by someone.
Look, I gotta give Genki props. For a player who almost never plays this game, he is astoundingly good at Soku. It's actually scary how good he is.
Okay, now you're giving me
He's
way too
teaching
much.
me stuff.
You're actually giving me way too much credit right now at this point, though. I mean,
it's probably because you play other fighting games, so
Yeah.
you don't rust as easily. But still, it's impressive.
Thank you, but I think I can do way better. If only I wasn't such a dork.
So yeah, too long, didn't read. That's my fucking rant about like why that's like my rant about whether or not you should be spending that much time on Soku in the first place.
Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, figure it out.
The stream stopping?
The stream? Yeah, the
Wait.
stream died.
Oh damn! What? No.
Yeah,
Wow,
because,
man.
I'll just tell us when it's up again.
I can't believe stream is fucking dead. Okay, we're back. Where
back,
was
right?
I?
Okay.
Okay, I'll just go on a rant again.
Before you start, Sigets, I know there's the Tuhu subreddit that we could potentially even shill in, but I got banned from it within 5 minutes of joining. So that's a problem.
Yeah, me too.
How the fuck did you manage that?
Dude, we
With
just
great effort. Actually, no, it was very little effort, but Ruinan helped us.
Wait. Are we still online though? It's like.
It's loading for me.
Yeah, let me check if it's...
So we're still live. Can you guys
Yeah,
hear
no.
us?
We're still live.
Hello? Hello?
Can you guys hear anything?
Yes, we're live.
Okay.
okay.
Coco says it's fine. Okay.
I mean,
Okay, so
to us it's fine because we don't need the video actually. It's just for memes anyway.
so I guess Aish gave us Everything.
No, I didn't. And I
What?
went like that's like the halfway mark.
Oh wow, damn.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did we get 37 viewers? What the hell is wrong with you
I
people?
think
Whoa,
that's, I think that's
What
just
did
Twitch
happen?
messing up. That's just
Nani?
Twitch messing up right now.
Nani the
Nani the
fuck?
fuck?
Many
What did you just say? Nani the
High
fuck?
five! High five. Yeah.
who employed the bot army?
The heck?
Many the heck.
Hey, Dak.
Zero getting DDoS, poor guy.
Oh no, okay.
Heckrish, tell us
it's the-
more about our balance of game time in life.
All right.
Yeah.
So too long didn't read, too long didn't listen. LMAO. Fucking just figure out whether or not you really need to be spending as much time on Soku as you think you should be. You know, you have to be realistic about this shit. You can't just like, you can't be a guy who like, because I know people who are like, yeah, I'm getting fucking kicked out of my apartment this week, so I have only a very small amount of time to get good at Soku, so I'm gonna play like 12 hours a day. Like, don't fucking be that guy. Like, figure your shit out first, please, for the love of God. Like, not even for like the context, like just for the good of this community, for the good of your own humanity, unfuck your shit first.
Honestly, I
believe
mean,
know who
how
you're
long?
talking about.
How long does it even take to play a match of Soku? Like what, 15 to 30 minutes? Let's just put it that way. I'm pretty sure anyone can find 30 minutes a day for playing Soku at least.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, there will be days where I'm more or less busy, but I mean, how much are 30 minutes for a day? Okay, people who actually have a work schedule that can be more complicated, but as we can see from Ron, he's playing this game all the time, and he's also working in.
Ren also sacrifices sleep for this, so
Yo,
it-
for real.
like for real. Like
I mean,
I never see that guy
sleep.
sleep.
Soku is, so of course you will play more Soku than you sleep.
Real nigga hour.
Up if you up.
All right. And yeah, it's really, it doesn't actually require a huge amount of time investment to get good at Soku. I disagree with the fact that people think that you need to put in massive amounts of hours every single day to get good at Soku. Like, I'm gonna give you the quick rundown on what I think you actually need to get good at Soku. I think if you want to get really good, an hour or two every day, honestly. And after that, it kind of, you start to kind of get diminishing returns. You need an hour or two. And you just need to maximize the way you use that hour. And like, there are two ways you maximize the way that you use your time on Soku. Number one, you need to get rid of all the distractions that you got going on while you play Soku. And number two, you need to straight up like create like a routine with like specific goals to help you improve at Soku. As far as like getting rid of distractions goes, I think that's really important. There's a lot of people who, you know, they can't even play Soku because they've got like everybody at 7 p.m. in their house like starts torrenting massive amounts of porn, and it just like completely destroys their network.
Hello.
latency.
Whoa.
Hi, Zero.
You're speaking my language. Just saying.
I'm speaking your language. Yeah. So like, you gotta figure out when is the best time for you to actually play Soku in the day. There are some people who are morning people. There are some people who are afternoon people. You need to pick a time when you can be really, really focused every single day to play Soku. For me personally, like, I don't know, around 11 a.m., that's probably when I'm at the high point of my energy. That's when I like to play Soku. Some people are like midnight people. That's fine too. So just find an hour where you can like put in tons of energy. And you need to really maximize the energy that you put in. Here, let me actually show you something so that you can link it up on the stream, Zero Fuse. Let me know when that's up. But yeah, like, just setting up routines in general is really important. There's lots of people who, whenever they play Soku, they just kind of go out and play Soku. They don't actually have any specific goal whenever they're playing Soku. They just go out, like, play, lose, get mad that they're not improving, when really they're not really putting in the effort to improve at all. I mean, like, the picture that I put up that hopefully Zero Fuse will put up,
It's
that's
up.
kind of, yeah, that's the, that's how I try to improve at Soku. What that basically is it's a list of every single combo that I use practically in a Soku game. So what I do is, like, just for an hour, every single time that I open up Soku, I go into practice mode, I practice out all those combos for about an hour, and what I'll do is I'll try to do a combo 3 times. If I can do it 3 times in a row, I'll just say, okay, I got this combo down, I'm moving on. If I can't do it 3 times in a row, I will put it in bold, I'll mark it down, and then after I go through all my combos for the day, I'll go back to that combo, and I'll take a revisit at that one to try to figure out what exactly I'm doing wrong, and how can I improve it. And I think that kind of model can help out with a lot of things. You can help out with like setting up Okizeme, you can help out with pressure or block strings, and not everybody has to do this kind of thing, but it's a model for improvements. I don't know what you guys think about that kind of thing.
Let me
I
just
did want to
cut
add one
in there. Let me just cut in there and say, instead of let me help with blocks and pressure, I just understood let me help you with blood pressure.
Block strings and pressure.
Good.
See, this barely applies to me because I play Oku, so I don't really need to learn combos because they are pretty easy.
Woo, lad.
Well,
That sounds like humor, right?
I'm looking at this chart, but all I have to ask is, once you start playing for 1 to 2 hours a day, doesn't this kind of thing become muscle memory? Like, I don't even look at these kinds of these charts, these commands, these lists. They just come to me, and these combos just happen mid-match.
Sure, but I mean, the discussion is like how to improve and how to practice at Soku. There are a lot of new players out there who drop combos all the fucking time, and it's not just new players, it's mid-tier players too. It's really hard to do combos consistently every single time in a game, but it's also really important to do so.
It depends. If it's about a high delay game, of course you're gonna drop combo sooner or later. I don't actually think that's that much of a problem, since most people go for a safer approach than risking something big for a higher damage. I mean, 1 or 2 attacks more don't actually mean you will deal 1 or 2k more damage. It will just mean about 200 or 500 more, which is neglectable, but of course you should always strive to perfect any any combo you start.
Sure, and it's not just combos. There's a lot of people who need it for like spell confirms, they need it for Okizeme. It's a lot of things. I mean, getting mechanically good at Soku is a really important part of improving at Soku. Aside from that, I think it's just advice owl's fucking advice. Just play the game. You'll fucking learn how to play the game if you just play the game. And yeah, that's kind of my rant.
What about what about weather specific combos? Do you strive to like go for those every single time?
Well, look at Bolai saying that he also sometimes drops the double sun combo. That's...
Oh no.
What?
Bolai sometimes drops the double sun combo, so that's also something to keep in mind. So he should just keep playing.
Nobody is perfect.
So Fuse, to answer that question, like, you can split up the days that you do certain things. You can practice different combos during different weathers on different days. You could have one day dedicated to just 1 hour of Okizeme, and then another day you have a block string day, another day you have a combo day. There's no reason why you have to like do the exact same thing every time. So weather can factor into that. Everybody's real impressed.
Put on the picture.
Multi sun casting.
Whew. So that was, man. You really know what to talk and what to say.
Yeah,
You debate your topic. I bet you practice for that. Admit it.
What days did you practice this on, Irish?
only on the weekends.
So
Remember, just if life ever gets to you and you can't find enough time to play Soku, just break up with your girlfriend. Just do it.
That is not the correct message here.
Just fucking do it.
it is, though.
Thanks, Irish.
the most
You
correct.
gave me the right advice.
Reminder: 2D is better than 3D.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Mine.
absolutely.
2D won't leave you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
3D pick disgusting.
I think what Irish meant to say is that if you really can't balance it, you gotta make your choice. And well, in somebody's case, they chose Soku, which I mean, I totally feel him. I did that for League of Legends.
Yeah, like if
I
you
would
can
do
get
the
the
same.
chart of the guy taking out like friends and family and putting Soku into the slot that he took out friends and talking about,
What a guy. So,
What a legend! I'd love to drop his name, but that'd be rude. He's one of the greatest.
yeah, as Zero is saying, we reach basically the end of our topic list and we kind of talk about everything. So we reach the point where we are going to just ask you guys what you want to know about whatever. Just ask something and we try to, and we will try to answer.
No,
Before you answer Saturalist's question, first of all, let's ask. We kind of had a discussion about the podcasts, and we also have to consider North America in mind. We kind of had a plan to have two different teams who make podcasts. One is more for European times adjusted, and the other one is more for American times optimized. So, would you actually love a split of the podcast teams between North America and EU, or would you like to keep it as it is right now?
We would have different hosts, as I understand.
Yeah, but it means that there will be still two times a month, but the difference is that one time you get the NA team, the other time you get the European team. Or something.
Wait, would it actually be split NA EU?
Not really, but you get mixed people basically. So sometimes maybe you get again us, or maybe then the next time you get someone else. If you know, it depends on.
We are having the four people: Zero Fuse, Genki, Zayton, and me, and another guest. I mean, we could also change it up to 4 different people and a very new guest. It depends who feels more like hosting it, commentating on it.
I nominate Texture. Please cover me. Thank you.
Texture.
But yeah, it seems that the
Somebody say so.
Sokutem.
Sokutem, anyone up? Good play.
You're just saying that 2 weeks the EU team can take over, and the second 2 weeks the NA can take over. So we can have alternating times and can please everyone's time zone except for Southeast Asia, but we don't care about them anyway.
Satori brings up a good point anyways. People can just watch the VOD.
That's true also, but we can still try. Maybe more people want to be guests, because we kind of have like 6 or 7 people who would like to be guests, but it will take like over a year until we have them all there. So if other people like to make a podcast, just drop us a line, a private message, something like that, so we can take into consideration.
Yes.
So
it seems that the major opinion seems to be that people are generally against splitting. Or do I understand?
I see. It makes sense.
We will make a straw poll afterwards.
I mean,
we can still shuffle hosts.
I still think it would be nice to have some extra hosts. Not even just, you don't need to split, just have some extra hosts. Sometimes people can join, you know, I mean, Zayton is maybe busy, Mothman 2, Zero. So having someone extra to as a host would be nice.
Yeah,
I guess
how it turns out.
I guess we can you know, check on about that later. So I think we can now focus on you guys. There are 30 people now.
A bunch of questions.
Yeah, we got at least around 30 minutes or 20 minutes or so, because I think I have to go get a pizza. No, seriously, but we actually have around 30 minutes or so, or a bit less. So if you want to ask anything, go ahead. It's your time.
Okay, we did have a question from Satorialist.
Oh,
and
go.
It was, how do we get good at Age of Ethanols?
Alright.
Oh, that's Irish.
That's Irish right there. Let's hear it.
No, let's hear it from you guys. Why don't you fucking educate me about Age of Ethanols? Give me the quick rundown.
Okay, I remember playing one time and everything I did was wrong. So do what I did on the reverse. So don't build any wall and just straight up rush the opponent. Easy.
Build wall.
Build wall.
Don't build wall. Just rush people. Easy.
Build wall.
Alright, step 1. Build a wall and make Splinter pay for it. Step 2. Step 2. I'm gonna like shill the shit out of myself right now. I have a fucking YouTube channel that has uploaded up on that YouTube channel 2 really good standard build orders for Age of Ethanols. Age of Ethanols is a really easy RTS, honestly. Just learn the build order, like go into versus computer and just do the build order. And if you just do the build order, you'll be better than 90% of the new players. None of them can do the fucking build orders. So yeah, just do that to beat Splinter. Right now, Splinter's one of the best, like, new Age of Ethnos players, and that's just kind of like, come on,
Sad.
guys. Come on. Like, Splinter is supposed to be the permanent gay boy 69. We're breaking the script right now. I hate it. Next question from Sigurds. Will Irish first attend me for Blue Raymu back? The answer is fuck no.
Okay.
While I am here, I would like to remind everyone that aside from the goddamn Sokusat happening today at EU unfriendly hours, tomorrow we will have the EU friendly tourney happening, Suka Sunday. I love this name. And yeah, it's
Suika
happening.
Sunday. I'm gonna participate.
No.
It's
Suka
Suka.
Sunday.
Suka.
Suka.
Yeah.
I will not translate. But yeah,
Friendly hour.
Translate.
if you're part of the real EU hours, then smash that motherfucking register button. Get in.
Also, sorry to interrupt, but we also have Sokuset later today, which Tetsuro is very ecstatic about in our chat.
And I hope I hope I can be there to play one game, then lose. So,
It's at the real hours.
any? Oh, go Zayton. How do you
Finish.
pronounce Alice?
I mean, normally or in Polish.
I think both.
Or normally Alice, that's not particularly hard, Genki.
I know.
How do the Japanese pronounce it? Alice?
Arisu.
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 Sorry.
Let's just call it Arisu.
Arisu. And yeah, and the Polish equivalent is Alicja.
It's amazing. I love it.
It
It's
is
so
a good
good.
name, yeah.
Also, I just want to ask the audience too. You see that new or the alternative layout we are streaming right now. Do you prefer it over the previous layout, or is
I
that?
mean,
Where the heck is my dancing Goku? What the fuck is the of you? I never understood this.
I like my Yumu GIF.
Heck and heck.
I have
We're-
two layouts. This is the first one I made, and here, with everybody's little house, as Irish likes to put it, and we have the second layout.
Yeah, I mean, bring back my fucking cast and gift though. It basically is me IRL. It's just a little bit confused, a little bit bitchy, and a little bit horny.
All in
Wait. Do I answer this from good old Tiana?
Yes,
Kill,
we do.
marry, fuck. Oh wait.
I got asked that first, so I
That's
have to.
that's kind of personal. Let me see. No man, I can't. No, I can't decide that. No.
What, between ourselves or Toho's?
No,
Between ourselves.
I can do that. No. Nah, I can do that. Nah.
No, he thought about what he wants to do with me and then remembered that I'm his boss, so...
Yes. Whatever option I take, it's not going to work. So I simply, get out of here as a. Okay. Damn it, Normek! You doesn't have a bad haircut. Get out.
I guess
God
we'll stick
damn
with the second layout.
Seems that Tiana question is actually aimed to everyone, so.
I feel like
Wow.
we missed a bunch of questions.
Oh, we totally did, but they are
And
kind
if
of.
we did, that just the people re-ask them.
Tap dance
Yeah,
and
you
crab
should.
I've
demon.
got time to answer any of that, but not question will be directed to me anyway.
Alpha, I pronounce Marisa as Marisa. I'm sorry to disappoint.
Marissa.
Marisa.
Oh, Rissa.
Marisa.
Wow, that's Marisa. It's pretty simple. It's a normal name, actually.
Really makes you think.
Yeah.
It's a name we actually do use here, so. Okay, so now this question is
Oh,
for
that
me.
was
Tell me why Yomu is a dork. Okay,
Do you know-
Because you made her.
no! You see, she isn't. It's just a misconception. Oh, goddamn.
Gullible. She
It
falls
is!
for stuff.
No, it's.
Okay, he has
No,
no
it's
ass.
not! What? No! What the? Damn it, no!
He's
Okay?
basically a boy.
What?
Oh.
Why
Just
you
start
guys
with shit.
have? Why you guys have
Excuse
to
me,
be
that
like?
That would be Wriggle, not Yomo.
Guru.
Why do you guys have to be like that? Ah.
Why do you talk to me like this?
Extreme
You-
bullying.
You are really hurting my feelings. Oh,
Genki, so you have to give us your answer.
what answer?
Why is Yomu a dork? Why is she such a fucking
Jesus,
dork?
that's the point.
Stop torturing
Okay.
the poor man.
Do I get to answer Krabby's question? Because it's geared towards you, Yuko mains.
What is it?
His question was, how do you purge these cuckolds who don't have that god gene? The answer is you keep posting copy pasta until they give up.
or until I purge someone.
Damn it, Alpha, get out!
How about I
But
How about
what
God-
Coco's- Let's just look what Coco asked. What other games does everyone play? Like, that's actually a pretty normal question we can answer without shitpost.
Shit, dude, these days I mostly play Soku.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh no, I guess I kinda fuck around with Sword of the Stars occasionally, but that's single player, so nobody cares.
I've been
I
playing.
would
How
say
about you,
I play
lads?
usually Soku or a Total Fighter Zero. That game is pretty good, so if anyone is interested in playing with that community, drop me in a PM. And since Coco asked, of course I also play CSGO with him, for example.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be playing a bit of Eternal Fighter Zero this weekend too. At least I'll try
Oh.
to.
I just wanna quickly answer Tiana's question, Zaton, how do I not fuck up my friend's stove while cooking instant noodles? You don't use your friend's stove.
Easy.
Easy.
Oh man.
Also, don't cook instant noodles. It's so fucking salty. You already get enough salt from Soku. You'll die.
Exactly. Okay, let's ignore whatever Normax said, and I would say let's just wrap it up.
Yeah, seems that.
At this
Okay,
point.
I would actually like to, what's the word? Point out something that I think the next time maybe we should ask people to ask us questions around the middle part of the podcast, because at the end we are just a bit tired, and not only that, but most people are, closing out. There are less people, and also we get a lot of questions while the podcast itself is going. Also, I seems you have questions, Dayton.
Yes, Krabby, that is correct.
What did he ask? Oh,
She was not born with the fun gene. I was born with a genetic defect that gives me too much of the fun gene, so I just started memeing around instead of actually getting good.
Yo, if Clownface is in 15.5, I'm quitting Soku.
Okay, it's on video. If it happens, rip you.
Alpha, what kind of question is that? What the hell?
I mean,
Who's
Tasso.
Who's Mion? Who's Mion?
What? Mion is the. Mion isn't actually no one, because the Alf Ghost of Yomu doesn't have a name, but
Ah, that's
the fan base,
spirit's name. Okay.
yeah, the fan base call it Mion. So
Make point, it's because Oku has explosions and Aya is basically a mosquito.
it's true.
Explosions fix everything. Anime taught me that.
As a Suika player, I can say yes. Explosions fix everything.
Yes.
As a Yuko player, I can say you can't be defeated if you're already dead.
Damn.
We smart.
Wait, but what if I'm Alpha dead then?
And you cannot. Then you are destined to be forever stuck in the limbo of being defeated and not being defeated.
Ain't that a problem?
In eternal second place.
Ah. The more time it passes, the more I think death can come fast enough.
Maybe we should stop. Maybe we should stop bullying Genki.
With that depressing quote, let's just.
I'm so concerned right now. Genki, please call the suicide hotline.
But
Despair wraps me like
Okay.
a blanket. Tuck me in. Let me die.
Okay, that's
Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. But I'm pretty happy, man. Outside of losing every time, that's.
Only the
He said
from
it.
people.
Don't let my appearance fool you. I'm actually quite funny, I think, or fun.
Hey Genki, last question for you from me. What do you think about pineapple pizza?
What the fuck?
Why do you even bother?
Just answer. Just don't question. Just answer.
Zero, you're not helping. God damn it.
Okay, I think we should stop.
Wait, can I answer Normac's question?
Yeah.
No, we
Okay,
don't
okay.
even.
But let's say that's the last question for now. Okay.
Oh.
Alright. I wanna fuck Catherine!
Okay, people, that was trash is mash is fun to transfer people.
Okay, I think we reached the end of our podcast. So yeah, that was Isotem Podcast episode 2.
Yeah.
Smash
Mash-
the transient.
No!
Fastest
Don't
of the
say that!
transsexual
Don't
people.
damn
The
it!
transsexual.
You
Goodbye, everyone. I give up.
see you guys next time.
Well,
God damn it.
Arigato gozaimasu.
What the fuck?
I'm very gomena sorry about how this.
Close the door before it's too late!
Okay, zero,
Shut it down! Shut it down, William! Shut it down!
Close it! See you next time.
See you next time, guys.